you're up on the screen. Will you tell us who you are, where you're from, and what your prize is going to be?
Yep. Hi, I'm Steve, and I represent a number of hotels around Thailand, Singapore, a couple of things in Indonesia, as well as the DMC. Today I'm representing SAii Laguna Phuket, and today's prize from us will be a bottle of wine. Super duper. Thank you very much. Victoria.
Hi everybody, Victoria here representing St. Peter's Bay and Port Ferdinand in Barbados. We're really excited to be here and to be on the green list. And Yay. Our prize today is a £50 Amazon voucher.
Super, thank you very much. Or it could be dollars depending on who wins.
Oh yes, it could be dollars.
Super, thank you. And Sunnybell, last but not least.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning for me anyway. I'm in South Florida, very close to the Bahamas, which is what I'm here to represent today, the beautiful Ocean Club, a Four Seasons resort in the Bahamas. And our prize today is a 2-night stay in one of our beautiful ocean view rooms right there overlooking the beach.
Oh, how to be there just now. Wow. Very, very lucky winner will be receiving that prize. So, okay, I'm going to hand over to you, Sunnybell. You're going to kick us off with the Bahamas. So take it away.
Wonderful. So this worked before. Let's hope it works again. Wonderful. There. So
oh, good.
Are you seeing the screen?
Perfect.
Wonderful. All right. So today I'll be briefly taking you through a tour of our stunning little piece of paradise in Nassau, Bahamas. Before I even leave this one screen, I always love to talk about or highlight our 3 top selling points in our particular destination. And one of them is on the same screen. So we all know that the beaches in the Caribbean in general are stunning, and the gorgeous white sandy beaches and beautiful turquoise waters. What makes us unique in our destination is simply where we're located on Paradise Island. We don't have any other resorts or businesses on either side of our resort. So it gives us the opportunity of offering a really exclusive and private experience on our beautiful beach that you're seeing right there. That is all exclusively for the use of our guests. The other selling point that I can talk about right on the same screen is that at the very far left of the screen is the Atlantis Resort. What makes that a selling point for us is that our guests have full complimentary access to all of the amenities, the water park, the marine habitats, and all of the activities over at Atlantis. It is about a 20 or 25-minute walk on the beach, or a simple 4 to 5 minute drive in our house car that is complimentary, and it takes our guests to and from as they wish. We also have charging privileges, so it makes it even easier if your guests want to go over and have lunch or dinner at Atlantis, they can charge it back to their room. So those are 2 of our top selling points. Briefly, I just want to talk about our current entry requirements. The Bahamas is open to all nationalities and all the world. So anyone is welcome to come to the Bahamas with just a simple few steps that they have to take. I did these myself in May, just when I was there for about a week. So I did get to enjoy our beautiful resort. So the cost of a health visa, which is what everyone needs to apply to do, is very minimal depending on where their traveler is coming from, whether or not they're vaccinated. And you either do have to be vaccinated or you have to take a PCR test in order to come into the Bahamas. You apply for your health visa on the website, you get your approval, you pay for the cost depending on how long you're going to stay there. And then that's it. You're able to come into the Bahamas. And it does include health insurance or travel insurance. So if anyone does become ill, God forbid, while they're there, they are covered with travel insurance. For those coming in that need to have a test upon return to their destination or to their place, they're returning home, we do offer the test also right on site, right at the property. So we have the antigen, we have the PCR test, and it is administered right there on property. So guests do not have to leave to go get the test to return home. From this same image, we can also talk about the beautiful cloisters that we have on property. The resort is relatively small, but a very large property at the same time. We sit on 36 acres, and on this land, we do have this beautiful 12th century cloister that was flown in from France in the 1920s and then built on this property in the 1960s. So it has beautiful Versailles gardens named after the Versailles gardens in France because of the layered gardens and the tiered gardens that we have. And as you can see here, we can accommodate all sorts of requests and private picnics. And of course, this is a beautiful backdrop for weddings as well that we do have at on property. We're very easy to get to from many parts within the US. Fortunately for our UK travelers, the BA flights have recently started as of May 31st. We received our first group of guests from the UK. So we're seeing more and more of the guests from that region. But from the US, a lot of airports have already been traveling to us for quite some time. As I mentioned, we're a relatively small property, and this is our third selling point. We do have a very different property in our destination also, in the sense that we're not a high rise, we're not a large resort. We only have 107 rooms, including rooms, suites, and villas, sitting on 36 acres. We're fully open air. All three of our restaurants have outdoor dining. Our spa treatment rooms are private individual spa villas. So we have had the opportunity of offering a very socially distanced environment for our guests to feel safe in for the last year and a half, since the resort never officially closed, even during the pandemic. We're fully open, fully operational. That includes our kids club, our spa, our fitness center, our golf, tennis courts. Everything is fully operational for our guests. Just to cover a little bit about COVID at the moment, our guests are not required to wear masks unless they are within one of the enclosed areas of the resort, which is only the reception area, is the area that is not fully open air. So other than that, the guests are not required to wear masks. Although as part of the Lead with Care program with Four Seasons, our employees are required to wear masks. But as you can see there, that is the full experience that our guests do feel at the beach, fully spaced out. You'll never have a guest right next to you, right in front of you, behind you. It's never crowded. Even at full occupancy, you'll never feel crowded at the resort. The resort is very, very historic. We've been around since the 1960s, officially opening our doors in 1962 as the Ocean Club Resort. So we will be celebrating our 60th anniversary next year. And we're planning a very, very big celebration. One of the things that makes our place very unique and very special, of course, is that history that we have, and we'd love to highlight that in the reception area, where you see all the images of the guests that have stayed with us throughout the years, as far back as the Beatles, as you see right there. And then, of course, if you recognize this scene, you might have seen it in the movie, James Bond movie, Casino Royale. This was filmed there in the mid 2000s, and we also have Daniel Craig, an image of him sitting right there because he was in the movie Casino Royale. The resort has two different wings that your guests can choose from depending on where they want to be and what kind of room they would like to have. Two different styles, two different locations. The Hartford wing that you see here is in the center of the property. So the same property, the same part that you see behind me, that is the Hartford wing. Here you have a more modern and contemporary style. We have garden views, ocean views, 1 and 2 bedroom suites. It sits right in the center of the property, closest to all of the activities. And as you can see, a much more contemporary style. Our other wing, the Crescent wing, on the other side of the restaurant, is a much larger wing, 5 different buildings. And as you can also see, it has a much different style, much more traditional to the Bahamas. These rooms are also larger, and they offer a little bit more privacy. So that is the difference you have. You can choose between the location and the style of room, and it really depends on preference for your clients and what they're looking for in their stay. Then we also have villas. So anything as small as 2 bedrooms is our smallest villa, all the way up to 3 and 4 bedrooms. These villas that you're seeing here is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath plunge pool villa. They do not offer ocean views. They sit in the middle of the gardens, but they are great for families. The second bedroom is double queen bedded, and of course each bedroom has their own bathroom and a shared living and dining space. We have 2 of these on property, and they were fully renovated at the end of 2020, or at the end of 2019, actually, into 2020. Then we have our beachfront villa residences. We have 3 of these on property. They each have their own access to the beach, their own private infinity edge pool, fully dedicated butler team, chef, and housekeeping team just for each individual family that stays with us, and a series of amenities that come included in the villas, in addition to all of the resort amenities. As I mentioned, we have 3 of these right on the beach. And just a little fun fact, the one in the center here is our 4-bedroom villa, and that is also the one that was featured in the movie Casino Royale back in 2006. These were also fully renovated at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, so nice and freshly redone. These are also great for multi-generational families, couples that are traveling in groups, and also girls get away, guys get away, whatever the case may be. These are great for that. And as I mentioned, each villa comes with their own private chef. Daily breakfast is included for everyone in villa as well, prepared a la carte by their chef. Restaurants, we have 3 in total. Dune Restaurant is the main restaurant on property, and that is the Jean-Georges fine dining option. Your guests would have breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. Our other 2 restaurants are casual restaurants. And of course, we always have in-room dining, which is 24 hours a day. And we also have 2 bars at the resort. Pools, we also have 3. The Versailles Garden pool overlooking the beautiful Versailles Garden and Cloister, that is our adult-only pool. And we also do have 2 family-friendly pools throughout the resort. Activities, you would find everything that you can imagine from a resort. You have your tennis, your golf, your kids for all seasons program, your spa, fitness center, beautiful, stunning beach for your guests to enjoy, and all sorts of activities that we can create and experiences that we can create on property as well. For those who do have managed groups, incentive groups, weddings, things of that nature, we have plenty of space for us to do that as well. We can do groups as small as 10 rooms or as large as a full buyout, whatever the case may be. But of course, you can reach out to me for any additional information when it comes to that. And experiences off property. There's so much to do in the Bahamas, anything from cultural tours, gastronomy tours, fishing, diving, the famous swimming pigs and the exumas we can do from here, from Nassau as well. So lots of activities that we can help create and book for your clients, and that can be done directly through our concierge team as well. So that is our beautiful and stunning Ocean Club Resort in the Bahamas. I am here for any questions. I did include my contact information in the Q&A in the chat there, so you have that information as well. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And do I do the question now, or is that at the end?
No, we'll do it at the end. And
Okay.
as well, I will send a follow-up with all of your contact details on anyway, so anybody can reach out to you from there, just in case you missed it. So massive thank you. I've actually not stayed at this hotel, but I've been, and it really is awesome. So for those that are really wanting that luxury experience with the fun, you've still got the fun of Atlantis, then it's awesome. So yeah, thank you very much.
Both worlds.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's a great hotel. Loved it. Okay, so thank you very much. We're now going to Barbados, and Vic is going to show the hotel or the hotels.
Yeah, the 2 hotels in Barbados. I hope everybody can see my screen and hear me okay. So I'm going to whisk you over to Barbados, to St. Peter's Bay and Port Ferdinand now. So I'll just start going through the details of the hotel first, and I'll kind of ad-lib about anything in relation to COVID as we go through, but we can always send those details. Obviously, they are still quite fluid. Both properties are open. They didn't actually close because they do have villa-style residences, so they had homeowners in. So they've been open all the time, and they're looking forward to welcoming guests for the summer and beyond. The one thing they do require at the moment is 72 hours notice on any booking, so that they can make sure that they can get the residence ready for guests. So as your clients come into Barbados and they arrive at Grantley Adams International Airport, the transfer over to the west and the northwest coast, where both properties are situated, is about 45 minutes. As you can see on the screen now, St. Peter's Bay is located just up from Hull Town. It's about 10 minutes drive away from Hull Town, and a 2-minute walk away from Speightstown, which has got some really lovely bars that have opened up, like 111, Little Bristol. So there's a lot of lovely toes in the sand style bars that you can walk out to. And Port Ferdinand is about 10 minutes up from St. Peter's Bay. So it's in the northwest of the island. It's really lovely at the moment because it's kind of got social distancing in its DNA. So there's lots of space for people to relax and not feel as if they're on top of one another. So as we go through, I'm going to give you some USPs to take away. And the first one really is that these properties are both offer the best of both worlds between a resort style situation, but you have a residence, so you have that home from home. So it's like having a villa, but you're in a resort and you're beachfront, you have the water sports, the security, and you have lots of things going on. So if you've got clients that have perhaps outgrown a typical hotel, but they're not quite ready to go into a villa, this works perfectly. It also works really well for families coming together, perhaps multi-generational families that want to come back together after the pandemic, or families that have been separated in different parts of the world and they'd like somewhere to come together. So we do have a lot of families coming that are perhaps have some of the family in America and some of the family in UK or Europe, and you can kind of meet comfortably in Barbados. So the first slide that I'm showing you now, this is actually St. Peter's Bay. So this is right on the beachfront. You've got a 160-foot freshwater swimming pool. We have a restaurant called the Gazebo, which is fully open now. All of the rates start room only, but we have a bed and breakfast supplement, which is only $22 per adult and $11 per child. So brilliant pricing. All of the residences start at 2,700 square foot. So they're all 3 bedrooms, but we can lock off either 1 or 2 doors. So we can give you a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom residence, but you still get the most amazing amount of space inside. So if I just show you this view as well, I wanted to put this slide in so you can see that all of the residences are beachfront. They all have this view of the Caribbean Sea. You have this view from your master bedroom, the 2nd bedroom, and your living, kitchen, dining area and your terrace. So really, really beautiful scenery. Now this slide just gives you an idea of what it's like inside the residence. So you've got some bedroom options here. And then you've also got the living dining area down in the bottom right-hand side. So we don't have anybody sleeping on sofa beds. Everybody has their own bedroom with their own ensuite bathroom. The living dining area, as you can see, is very spacious, and the dining table is actually out on the terrace. So here you've got your kind of outside dining area. Some of the homes are owned by homeowners, as I mentioned before, but if they do want to put them in the rental program, then they take one of our furniture packages. So they don't all look identical, but this gives you an idea of the standard of the accommodation and the style. The picture in the top right-hand side is our 3-bedroom deluxe penthouse. So this actually has a roof terrace attached to it as well, and slightly bigger square footage. Now, if I go to the next slide, this is the terrace area. So you've got a lounge area as well as your dining table, and you've also got a whirlpool spa on every terrace. Now, my favorite thing is if you see the door in the, I'm going to try and show you with my cursor here, this door here. If you open this door, there is a lift behind the door which takes you straight down to either the pool or the beach, depending whereabouts along the property your residence is. We call that the bikini lift. So it's fantastic. It means it's really easy if you've got babies and buggies, or you just want to quickly go back to your room because you forgot your book or your sunglasses. It makes access really, really simple. There's also another lift at the front of the property. So as you come up through the main entrance to your residence, there's a lift there as well. So anybody, as I say, with buggies or mobility issues, it works incredibly well for them. Now, this is our 5-bedroom penthouse. So what they've done for the 5-bedroom penthouse is they've taken 2 residences on 1 floor and put them together to create the most incredible space. So this sleeps up to 5 bedrooms. If you follow those stairs, you can see here, you have your own private roof terrace. There are 3 wine fridges in this penthouse, which is very handy. Here you've got on the terrace, you've got this huge living area. There's actually in between that and the dining area is one of your bars. And then you've got this lovely long dining table for those big family meals or friends get-togethers. And then the stairs that go up to the roof terrace. And this bedroom is just an example. This is one of the master bedrooms. So this is upstairs on the roof terrace. There is actually a plunge pool up here as well. You've got a dumbwaiter, a barbecue area, and one of the 3rd wine fridge is up here. And this gives you panoramic views of the island of Barbados, which is stunning. We can have a chef come in and cook for you as well if you wanted to. That can happen at any of the residences. And we have our water taxi. Now, the water taxi fundamentally is available to transport people between St. Peter's Bay and Port Ferdinand. It's available on request. So if you're staying at one, you can go and use the facilities on the beach at the other. We also offer, for guests staying 7 nights or more, a complimentary turtle tour, so you can swim with the turtles. So at St. Peter's Bay, it's a natural turtle breeding ground. And from May to the end of November, you'll most likely be lucky enough to see the baby turtles hatching. And we have a turtle education program on site. Now, if the turtles hatch during the day, we do have experts that will come down and they will look after those new hatched baby turtles, and then they will keep them safe until the moonlight, and then they'll re-release them in the spot that they were first hatched at. But they'll invite guests to come and watch that turtle release. So it really does create the most amazing memories for families to come down and watch that happen if they don't see it happen at the time. Now, moving up to Port Ferdinand, this is a virtuoso property. It's very similar in the concept to St. Peter's Bay in that they're all residences. The slight difference here is you can see the residences here are around a marina, and then we have the beach at the front of the property. So if I go through, this is the entrance, so you can see it's very glamorous. I always feel that St. Peter's Bay is very soulful, and Port Ferdinand is really for the people that really want to come out to Barbados and be seen. So this is the marina. It's absolutely stunning. In the middle of the marina, there is an island, which I'll come back to a little bit later on. Every residence has its own berth. So if you do have clients that are sailing or have a yacht they'd like to bring in, they do have somewhere where they can moor it. And then if we go to the next slide, I put this in just so you can really get an idea inside. It really does feel as if you're in a villa, even though you're in a residence. So coral sandblasted doors and walkways. All of the artwork is local, so local Barbados artwork. So you really do feel like you're in Barbados when you're there. And this just shows you, again, the room. So huge amount of space. The furniture here is slightly more contemporary, but you really can see that you're close to the sea and you still get those amazing sea views, even when you're in this apartment. So this is the one that is furthest back. Now, to get from here to the beach, it's 1 minute and 26 seconds, which is in a golf buggy. And we hope to have the golf buggies back up and running shortly. At the moment, you can take a water taxi down to the beach, or there's a walkway that runs all the way along and then under the bridge at the bottom and straight down onto the beach. And this is just inside again. So you can see beautiful open plan living kitchen dining areas, all Italian kitchens, full granite worktops. And again, you've got your inside outside living with the terraces and spectacular views of both the marina and the Caribbean Sea. Now, this is the pool area. So I mentioned the island, which I wanted to come back to. So this is the island in the middle of the marina where we've got this beautiful infinity pool with a swim up bar. There is a restaurant area here, similar to the gazebo at St. Peter's Bay. This does kind of brunches, breakfast, brunch, and light snacks throughout the day. There's also a pizza oven here as well. So if you have hungry teenagers, it's perfect. Now, I always say that Port Ferdinand is better for families with slightly older children because there's a lot to do. There's also a lot of open water. So just be mindful of families with very young children and toddlers who might not appreciate the danger there. We have a fully equipped gym at Port Ferdinand, and we also have a gym at St. Peter's Bay. You could have a personal trainer if you wanted to. We have lots of water sport activities up at Port Ferdinand, both non-motorised and motorised, but we also have a lot of sailing. So if you've heard of Cool Runnings is situated up at Port Ferdinand. So we do have a lot of clients who will come in and take Cool Runnings out for a day. Concierge is available on both properties. If you have clients coming in and you'd need help with restaurant reservations, particularly over Easter and Christmas time when the island does get very full, please use the concierge. They're happy to help you. They can also arrange for your clients to go to the polo or to go to cricket matches or to do tennis lessons or days out or tours. Anything you'd like to do on the island of Barbados, the concierge can arrange that for you and your clients. We have a spa up at Port Ferdinand, which is the Bamford Spa. So Lady Bamford opened her spa in Barbados actually at Port Ferdinand. We have 3 treatment rooms inside, but my favorite thing is this natural gully. So this is actually just outside the spa. So it's almost like Narnia. You open these double doors and you walk out into this beautiful gully. So here we can do your spa treatment, or we do meditation, yoga, Pilates. So it's just the most incredible space. It's also a beautiful spot if you had weddings and you wanted to do a small wedding somewhere. It's incredibly private and really stunning and makes for fantastic photos. Coming back onto the dining side at Port Ferdinand, as well as the restaurant on the island. We also have a fine dining restaurant, the Bistro restaurant, which is right by the side of the marina. It's a really lovely restaurant. People do dress up. We have a lot of locals that come here to dress up. It's a really lovely spot to sit and watch the world go by and watch the fish in the marina as you're having dinner. You can eat al fresco or you can eat inside. Now, in addition to that, Nikki Beach launched Nikki Beach Barbados on our beach at Port Ferdinand. It is closed at the moment due to COVID, and we are waiting for an opening date, and I'm hoping it will be before this winter season. But this gives our clients the opportunity to come down here as well. They have the cabanas down on the beach, and we actually have 2 private cabanas just for our guests, but it's serviced by Nikki Beach as well. And I mentioned weddings with the spa, but we do have wedding packages as well. So if you did have clients that wanted to come and do weddings, we do weddings at both St. Peter's Bay and Port Ferdinand. And then I just wanted to just give you a refresher just to go over everything I've gone through. So just to say, both of the accommodation at St. Peter's Bay and Port Ferdinand offer you the best of both worlds with villa style accommodation, but set within a resort surrounding. A fantastic amount of space. I mean, we start at 2,700 square foot and go up to 6,400 square foot. So it's really, really spacious and wonderful for families and friends coming together. Dedicated concierge, offer a tailor-making experiences, and absolutely no crowds whatsoever. Now, in terms of COVID cancellation, just to give you your the kind of security, we do have a great flexible program. If any clients needed to cancel because of a COVID related issue, we would give no penalties whatsoever up until the day of arrival. So if you want to make a booking, you can do so with complete peace of mind. And that was my presentation. So I hope it's been useful. If anyone's got any questions, please put them in the chat. I'll put my details in there in a second. I'm just going to stop sharing and I'm going to stop talking as well.
Super. Thank you, Vic. That was brilliant. And I love the way that you went through and sort of you were telling us about the tables for the big families, and you was really sort of painting the picture of exactly what you could be doing, which is brilliant. That's exactly what we need to see, especially when we've not been there. So thank you. Much, much appreciated. And Stephen, are you there?
Yep, just getting set up now.
Oh, perfect. So we're now going from one side of the world to the other. We're now being whisked off to Thailand. So I'm very excited to see this property. So over to you, Stephen.
Thank you. So yeah, my name's Stephen. Today I'm representing the SAii Laguna Phuket. Previously known as Outrigger, and was recently purchased by S Hotels that also have purchased the Outrigger on PP Island, which is now SAii PP Island Village, as well as Outrigger Koh Samui, which is now Neighbour Koh Samui. They also own Santabori Koh Samui as well. But we figured it would be best just to show you SAii Laguna Phuket because of the sandbox program that has started since the 1st of July, meaning tourists can now return to Phuket. So we are a 35-minute drive from the airport, and we're situated on that Bang Tao Beach Lagoon Resort area. As you can see on the map here, we are surrounded by lots of other hotels. This is us here in the top left corner. This is SAii Laguna Phuket, and then you've got Angsana, Angsana, and then Banyan Tree over here. This whole resort area sort of falls under this umbrella of resorts that sort of aid each other. There's a shuttle bus that goes around the whole property, and guests can also dine at each of these hotels as well, and then charge it back to their room at SAii. So you can go around the lagoon area. So this is a map of the property. Our hotel rooms are on either side of the main building here, and they either look out onto the lagoon or onto the sea. With all of our categories. Just to show you on this little picture here, this is the club room that I'll be talking about a little bit when I go on to F&B as well. So yeah, this is the lobby area where most guests will check in unless you are in our club category. Again, with that club room, you've got certain benefits and a different type of check-in as well. So our first 5 categories are actually pretty similar to each other, the only difference being what type of view you get, with it being the ocean or the lagoon. But from our entry level, the lagoon view, all the way up to the top, we can accommodate 2 adults and 2 children in every room. And then when you get to the lagoon 2-bedroom suite, we can accommodate 4 adults and 2 children. This is our ocean view wing, so you can see how close it is to the beach. And then here is an example of the different types of views that you get with those first 5 categories. I don't have a picture of the lagoon view, but you've got your partial ocean view villa here. It looks out onto the pool area, but it also has a nice view of the ocean. And even your terrace ocean view, partial ocean view villas also have a decent view outside as well. And you've got this double day bed here as well, which helps to accommodate the 2 children. And then this is your beachfront villa as well. So this is the kind of view you get when you're right at the front of the property. All rooms have the double vanity as well as a sunken bathtub concept within the rain shower, which is new to me. I'm not quite sure how that works, but it is quite interesting. But then when it comes to our club room categories, this is a list of like the extra benefits that you would get. So you get your personalized check-in in your room, exclusive access to the club, as well as non-alcoholic beverages throughout the day, afternoon tea from 2:30 till 5 o'clock. And then in the evenings, you've got cocktails and canapes, as well as beers and wines that you can choose from between 6 and 7:30. And that's in the club room, which is this here as well, which is a sort of more private dining and relaxing area. And you can sit indoors, or you've got the outdoor verandas as well that sit over that lagoon. For F&B, we've got 4 different outlets. We've got Locavore, which is the all-day dining and breakfast area. If you're not in the club rooms, if you're in our sort of entry-level rooms, this is where you will get breakfast during the mornings. Miss Olive Oil, which is our sort of Mediterranean style menu. It's not just pastas. You can get things like falafel dishes, kofta, and sort of like chicken tagine and stuff like that. It's worth noting here as well, actually, it's not just Mediterranean. You can also order your Thai food here as well. So if you've got a family that all want different things, one wants Moroccan, the other one wants Thai food, you can still make that selection and order from a Thai menu as well. We've got Bean & Co, which is a little bit more casual dining, your snacks that you can have during the day, as well as coffees and soft drinks. And then we've got Mr. Tom Yum, which, apparently, with its name is obvious that it is a Thai restaurant as well. And that sits looking over the beach and the pool area as well. The pool itself has a 55-meter pool and is quite a decent size with its own private cabanas and then leading out onto the beach as well. The sports center is well equipped. We have cardio machines, cable machines, and a decent amount of free weights, as well as 3 tennis courts at the back there as well. The sports center also features water activities. You've got stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking and canoeing. And then on the lagoon side of things, we also have sailing and sailing classes as well. The spa is much more casual than the other S hotels spas that we have in, say, like Santa Bori Koh Samui. We have Len Spa, which is a much more immersive experience. The spa here is a little bit more casual. We obviously ask people to book a session in at the moment because of the restrictions in place, but it's a little bit more easier just to walk in, and if there's space available, you can get a treatment right there and then. The Children's Club allows children from 4 till 15 in, as well as parents if they want to spend a day doing activities with their children in a nice air-conditioned room. And that's SAii Laguna Phuket. I'll just leave I don't actually have it on the screen there, but I'll put it in the chat as well, so you've got my contact details as well. So thank you.
Super, thank you very much, Stephen. Brilliant resort. I'm so excited about being able to sell Thailand now as well. So brilliant. Okay, so we've now got a couple of questions that have come in. I know Sunnybell's been answering quite a few earlier. Sunnybell, Celine asked about the picture that was in the background about the historical site. I think she means the gardens of Versailles. Is that what you think?
I'm thinking that might be it. Yes. So that is historical in the sense that it is a 12th century, used to be a Spanish monastery, and it was flown piece by piece, stored in Miami in the 1920s, and then flown to the Bahamas in the 1960s and built back up piece by piece on the gardens. The history of the gardens is that the owner at the time, Huntington Hartford, decided to build his beautiful wife, who loved the Versailles Gardens in France, her version of the Versailles Gardens in the hotel. So she had her own Versailles Gardens and cloister.
And it really is amazing. Like, it is so beautiful, so tranquil. It's just yeah,
Nice.
you can't imagine that you're in the Bahamas. When you are there, you do feel like you're in Europe. So beautiful, beautiful place. So yeah, I think that that's what it was. We've also got a question about the tennis. Is it open at night time with lights?
It is 6 Hartrue tennis courts, and they are floodlit. So yes.
Okay, super. Oh, I can see Stephen's already answering his questions. Stephen, we've got a couple of questions for you as well. What is the chain of hotel in Phuket?
So it falls under SAii Hotels. Sorry, S Hotels, and they have the division of their SAii properties in Phuket and PP, and then S Hotels also owns Santaburi, Koh Samui, and Neighbour.
Super. And are they a Thai company?
They are, yeah. They're the company that also owns Singer Bay.
Okay, super. Okay, well, we don't have any more questions unless any are in chat. But as I say, I will send out a follow-up and all the contact details. So if you do have any further questions for any of the hosts, then you can reach out to them. Okay, so this leads me on now to see if you've all been listening. So just to recap, every single person that's on this webinar will be entered into the spin to win. Then we're going to ask a couple of, everybody's going to ask a question. So if everybody can go to chat options now and just make sure that you've got it down as panelists and attendees so we can see your answer and see who's first. So, okay, Stephen, you're on the screen now. So if you want to fire away with your question.
Yeah. So my question is, what is the signature Thai dish that is in the name of one of SAii Laguna Phuket's restaurants?
Signature dish. Okay, I think I missed this one. So we've got pad thai and tom yum.
It is tom yum.
It's tom yum. Brilliant. So Kathleen, you was the first person with the correct answer. That was a good question, actually, because I wouldn't have listened to that. I missed that part and go on to the next. So yeah, that's very, very good. Good question.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Victoria.
Okay, so my question, I mentioned that the residences are very, very spacious. Who can be the first person to tell me what they start at for the square footage? What's the lead-in square footage that they start from?
Okay, so the first answer we've had is 2,700.
That's right, 2,700 square foot of space was the correct answer, and then it goes up to 6,400. Brilliant.
So that was Samantha. Neil, you've put 4. I presume that was a mistype. Just saying. I was going with 4 bedrooms. Okay, understood. I see what it was doing now. Yeah. Got you. Okay, and last but not least, Sunny Bell.
So my question is, what famous spy film was done at the Beautiful Ocean Club? They were paying attention.
I know this one. So Casino Royale.
Casino Royale, James Bond, yes.
Brilliant. So we've got Cerise, who's the first correct answer, but lots and lots and lots of correct answers. So brilliant. So a massive, massive thank you to all of you, and thanks to all the agents for coming on. Keep logging your bookings, keep supporting all of these amazing hotels that have been supporting you. You can log them all onto the system as well. And we will see you all next week or tomorrow for the Caribbean Corner. And yeah, take care, and let's fingers crossed about the football tonight. I'm being very patriotic being English, but thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, Sunny Bell.
Bye. Thanks, everybody.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.